We obviously saved Christmas for a lot of people in Connecticut, for ourselves today. So it was really the first thing that went across my mind. And I wished the crowd behind the bench Merry Christmas right as the clock was running down there. So I think what I'm most happy about is that we saved Christmas for ourselves and for our great fans and for the state of Connecticut. Because a loss here tonight would have been a lot of doom and gloom for a lot of people. So obviously it was a type of game that we've proved that we could win the beauty pageant when the game is not allowed to be as physical as these games are. I mean, these Big East games, man, are so physical, and it's going to be that way, for the next 18 games. And I thought we showed just a tremendous resolve and resilience with how we responded today. I thought, we showed a championship response to how we played the other day, and just thinking back to. I think this group's had a heck of a run since December 1st. I think, just starting with that game at Kansas, and which was a pretty long trip back to the Carolina game at the Garden. A quick home game, then you go out to Seattle, and then a quick turnaround back to these conference wars. I mean, we've asked a lot of our team since then. I think we showed a little bit of fatigue. These guys have earned it 3 days off, and we'll have some time to rest and work on some things and get back to looking like a much sharper team. But gutty win.
What was said at halftime, Dan? Because you came out with a lot more fire.
We usually go into the coach's space and give them about 5 minutes to decompress, and then we go talk to them for 5 or 6 minutes. But we immediately went in there and started parlaying into them for some the easy baskets they had to run out. They had like 2 transition baskets. I thought we were getting bullied a little bit, and we challenged them a little bit. I know I did. I know Kamani did. But they looked pretty determined, and obviously the first 2 minutes we responded.
Can you talk about Samson Johnson's performance tonight?
Yeah, he saved Sam. Again, he's a guy that, when we get to games called tighter in March, there's going to be a lot more freedom of movement, and the way we play is, probably a little more suitable to that. And him as well. I mean, just his talent, the way he moves, but he I'm so proud. I don't think I've ever been prouder of a guy stepping in for such a critical piece. Just if he didn't play like that, we had no chance, because he played against one of the best big guys in the country and won the matchup.
What does it say about Steph, who really struggled for most of the game, but really came up big in the latter part of the game?
Yeah, that's. I think he found something late there. I think he can't put too much pressure on himself to try to be this this electrifying guard who's doing all this stuff off the dribble and playing like he's Dame Lillard out there. I mean, that guy just needs to fly around defensively and use his athletic ability, get on the glass, cut, get out in transition. And his second half was huge, and he was a hair away from getting another steal that would have really sealed it for us. And but I think now he's got a template that he can build from.
Do you see teams pressing you more often, and how do you feel like your team is handling the press?
Yeah, we didn't. I don't think we attacked the pressure very well, but we had 8 turnovers. I mean, if anything, it's slowing us down from getting into offense, and we're slowing ourselves down, because I thought the inbound pressure was significant, but once the ball was inbounded, there was a lot of trapping. There wasn't intense ball pressure. It was they do a great job of making it hard to get it in, but then we've got to take court quicker. We weren't getting into sets quickly, and then when we did, the ball wasn't popping. So that, I mean, there's there's a lot that we've got to improve on. But again, these games in this league, I mean, they become cage fights.
There was a little altercation in the second half, and then Cam got the crowd into the game. You guys went on a 10-0 run. Can you talk about what his emotion and his play?
Yeah, we need players to interact with the crowd when they make big shots, or when players are shooting free throws in different situations. Like, we need them to just to ignite the crowd and really try to create that home court advantage. I mean, it got deafening loud in there, late in the game. Some of those big plays and finishes, it was like really loud. But a lot of the crowd responds to the personalities of players, and they certainly respond to a guy like Cam.
You talk about
how your guys are going to react knowing, okay, Donovan's out for a few weeks now, and that's kind of a tough thing. Could be a tough thing to deal with, and
It's tough. That's tough. I mean, Donovan is one of the most impactful players in the country. I mean, just look at the analytics. Even the Seton Hall game, I don't know what we were, 1.37 points per possession on offense when he was in the game, and obviously defensively we were bad. We were bad in that game, and but when he was in the game, it was significantly better than it was when he was out. So, we're going to obviously Donovan. With his injury, it was when he tweaked his foot in a weird way. The other injury, was pretty much healed up. This guy's going to get a nice long rest here, and he's going to get back at full strength, and his team will be better. Obviously for it because of the growth of other players, and but it's not gonna look as pretty. We got to find ways to win until we get that real game-changing type of player back, and then we'll be back to being in top form.
How much confidence does Samson give you that he can keep playing like that going forward while Donovan's out?
Yeah, I didn't think anything that he did or he was involved in was. He might have thrown in a little 12-foot end of shot clock.
Yeah.
That might have been the only one that might not be sustainable. But I think every other way, and then I think he left a couple on the board. There were a couple finishes I think that he wishes he had back. The one that Soriano made the block on. But we were getting tremendous production from that position, and we used the center a lot. So I just think that Samson's game is going to take off, and then when the big fella comes back, I think that we'll be stronger than we've been all year at that position, and we've been strong there.
Can you talk about the minutes Youssef gave you today?
Youssef has got unbelievable spirit, and he was at times thinking about a red shirt, and and then but we didn't do it, and he had no real time to prepare for this. We didn't really have an offensive package for this. Donovan's injury, we really didn't become too aware of the severity of it until Thursday, later in the day, and then we basically had a one-day prep, and we didn't have a package of things to run versus him, or for him versus man, or matchup zone, or versus pressure. So he's got to give us minutes now, and I thought he was solid in there.
Dan, did you talk to Samson more than you would before a normal game about the advanced opportunity he's going to have over the next month and embracing the opportunity?
Not really. I think you say to him because you don't want to spook him. It's like, so I think your whole interaction with him is you're talking to him about his performance versus Texas at the guard in the early season. You're talking, he averaged like 22 and 10 in the 2 close scrimmages, and obviously his last couple of games he hasn't been giving us what he's been giving us, but I thought he got great support too. I thought Tristan grew as a leader tonight a lot, because his first half was not great, and he didn't play the cleanest game, but he gutted out a winning performance, and he dragged some guys along with him.
Dan, what does it say in this era of easy transfers? There aren't many guys who do what Samson's done: stay, stick it out, wait his turn, and now he has an opportunity presented to him, and he ran with it a little bit.
Yeah, he. Those are the type of people that we really you know, just value the heck out of and build a relationship with, and try to run a unique program. You know, it's just a testament to the kid and to him trusting and to him loving UConn, and for you know, him loving the locker room he's in and the coaching staff and the things we do from a culture standpoint. I think plus he doesn't have like bozos that are managing his career and feeding him a bunch of shit and telling him, hey, go somewhere else, you could be a starter and you could be a first round pick. You know, whereas you have other players that, you know, have these other, you know, whether they're, you know, helicopter parents that are delusional about the kid, or workout guys, or, you know, just other people that latch on along the way that, you know, just don't do what's in the best interest of the kid in terms of really developing for the long term. And most of the people that we get here, I think are like Samson that way.
Yeah, Donovan was very energetic on the bench today. What does that say about him having that energy after like a frustrating injury and diagnosis and timeline there?
But he's a great guy and he's a big personality, but we need his ass on the court. And then he's got to, you know, he can't be eating like a big ass Christmas dinner, and he's got to get his weight down over the holidays and over the next couple of weeks, so that, you know, he doesn't have any problems with his feet moving forward and get that. I know he watches, you know, he's on social, and I'm like, you got to get into the 270s so that we can have him on the court. It's tough, man. He affects the game like very few players in the country affect the game. And, you know, top programs, you lose somebody like, you know, Zach Edey at Purdue, he has that type of impact for us on both ends of the court. He just changes the game. So great spirit, great kid, but boot bad and travel suit bad. Uniform is fun. Sorry, a lot better.
It looked like you and Naheem had a nice moment after the game. Can you just speak to what it was like seeing him again?
Yeah, I just, you know, I was just really disappointed. You know, we loved that team and we loved every player on that team, and, you know, I think I just, you know, for me selfishly, I wanted to coach him again. I wanted to bring, you know, it would have been awesome to bring him back and have a chance to go back to back with him. He would have been obviously a critical part of what we were doing, and you know, he saw, you know, a much bigger role for him, or he was convinced that there was a much bigger role for him there, and I just love the kid, man. His family's awesome. He's a total soldier, and he's a great two-way player, and we would have won the championship without him last year. And I just wanted to tell him I love him. And if we'd have lost, I would have told him the same shit.